It was developed in the 60s as a special plane for counterinsurgency combat, or counterinsurgency for its acronym in English. And one of its main missions was as an advanced air control plane, guiding attack aircraft or close air support. The OV-10 Bronco is highly valued for its low operating and maintenance costs. Its versatility, redundancy, load, cockpit visibility, and ability to operate from short or semi-prepared runways. And we're going to take advantage of it, as I have it here next to me, to take a tour showing the details, as I like and enjoy doing to show you on the channel. Welcome to a new video from Aeropedia. The plane was initially conceived in the early 60s by the United States Marine Corps, when they were looking for a simple, sturdy close air support aircraft integrated with advanced ground operations. At that time, the United States Army was still experimenting with armed helicopters, and the United States Air Force was not interested in close air support. The speed would have to be very slow, with much longer loiter times than a conventional aircraft, and turboprop engines would be optimal for this. In addition, the plane was designed to travel on roads, so it would be possible to operate even in jungle areas and on unprepared roads. It had to have a very short wingspan. The Navy, the Air Force, and the United States Army approved a 3-service specification for the Light Armed Reconnaissance Aircraft in 1963. Existing military aircraft in the observation function, such as the Cessna 01 Birdhawk or the Cessna 02 Skymaster, were already considered obsolete, with a speed too slow and a payload capacity too small for this function. The 3 services believed they also had a cargo compartment. It would fly at least 347 miles air reach and take off in less than 273 yards, and also that it carries a good amount of light weaponry. 11 proposals from different manufacturers were presented, including Grumman's version, the 134R model, with tandem seats from the OV-10. From the United States Army's Mohawk, those from Beechcraft, Goodyear, Douglas, Convair, Helio-Martin, and Lockheed. And the last one, a joint design between North American Aviation and Rockwell. And it was this one that was selected in August of 1964 to manufacture 6 prototypes. Convair protested the decision. And anyway, it built a small wing prototype of the Charger, Model 48, which had a similar design, and it was even able to surpass the OV-10 in some aspects. But it crashed on October 19, 1965, after 196 test flights, and Convair dropped out of the competition. The Bronco began to fly in the middle of the Charger's test program on July 16, 1965, and it became one of the main counterinsurgency aircraft for the next 30 years. The distinctive visual feature of the Bronco is the combination of the twin booms with the horizontal stabilizer that connects them. It can perform short takeoffs and landings, even on aircraft carriers and large-deck amphibious assault ships, without using catapults or arrestor wires. Repairs can be made with common tools. No ground equipment would be required to start the engines. If necessary, the engines could run on high-octane car fuel with only a slight loss of power. It could fly for 5.5 hours with external fuel tanks to loiter over points of interest. The cockpit has extremely good visibility for a tandem pilot and co-pilot, which is wider than the fuselage. It can carry 1,123 pounds of cargo, 5 parachutists or 2 patient stretchers with an assistant without the second seat. On the bottom, it has these small wings that improve flight performance by reducing aerodynamic drag beneath the fuselage. They can carry 4 1067.62mm machine guns in this place, and it also has 4 mounts for bombs, rockets, or fuel tanks. It has 2 Garrett T-76 turboprop engines, which it shared with civilian aircraft like the Fairchild Metroliner or the Turbo Commander. It was a twin-engine, high-wing design. The maximum takeoff weight was 1,430 pounds, and it had a combat range of 367 kilometers or a ferry range of 2,200 kilometers. Its maximum speed was 460 km per hour, and it had 5 attachment points on the fuselage and 2 more on the wings to carry weapons. During the Vietnam War, the OV-10 was used by the United States Air Force, Marine Corps, and Navy, losing 81 planes in total, but no pilots who survived after abandoning the plane. It was mainly used as advanced air controllers, guiding attack aircraft or close air support towards the target they found. The air forces generally did not like the Bronco because it flew low and slow compared to a jet plane. Furthermore, while serving as an advanced air controller, it was highly susceptible to anti-aircraft fire. So much so that it did not fulfill any of the missions that the Air Force developed during the 80s and was retired from service. The Navy, on the other hand, operated in Vietnam from April to October of '70, and they used it as a light ground attack aircraft for interdiction, enemy logistics, and for air support of the sea, air, land marines, and riverboats. The device was successful in these roles, and with the United States Marine Corps, they continued service until they were decommissioned. Only in 1994, the Bronco performed observation, advanced air control, helicopter escort, armed reconnaissance, light air transport, and limited ground attack. A prototype in Vietnam designed to generate smoke was a great success, and those who evaluated it kept it in service for several months. But it was not acquired by the forces due to a perception of lack of emission. While no longer used in the United States, the device is still operated in other countries. It is in active inventory in the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Venezuela, and Colombia, where it is the primary resource for light operations against guerrillas or counterinsurgency, as well as border control, anti-piracy patrols, advanced air control, surveillance, and search and rescue. Other countries that have previously used it are Germany and Morocco. Several were also used for civilian purposes, particularly in the United States. Operational experience revealed some weaknesses in the OV-10 design. It had little power, which contributed to accidents in Vietnam on sloping terrain because the pilots couldn't ascend fast enough. While the specification stated that the plane could reach 26,000 feet or 7,900 meters, in Vietnam, it could only reach 18,000 feet or 5,500 meters. This was caused by the country's atmospheric conditions. We are going to do a walk around or a tour around the aircraft to show you different details that are not usually seen in YouTube videos. This cabin is designed for great visibility and consists of side panels that open upwards. The pilot has a bombing sight also suitable for rocket firing. All this front part of the windshield is armored. The Broncos have their pitot tube to measure the relative airspeed of the aircraft here at the front. This is a landing and taxi light located at the test end or the front of the plane. The landing gear retracts forward and down here. And protecting the cockpit, there are 136 kilos of lower and side armor. Each of these so-called embryonic wings, which you see down here, have two 7.62mm machine guns and mounts for 272 kilograms of external armament, on 2 pylons each. There's an extra pylon in the middle of the fuselage, or ventral pylon for fuel tanks, that is a ventral mount, which is what this is called, and can specifically carry 544 kilograms of armament or fuel, as seen here. These are the wing mounts that can carry up to 227 kilograms of armament, like rocket launchers, bombs, as seen here, or even air-to-air missiles for self-defense. In the tail beams are part of the avionics, and it can also carry chaff flares when threatened by infrared radar missiles. At the back, it has a cargo hold that can carry up to 1,550 kilograms of cargo. And without the back seat, it could carry up to 5 parachutists or 2 stretchers and an assistant. I always found this curious. These fins that are put here are vortex generators. It's an aerodynamic thing that improves depth control. Until a new video, my name is Marcos and this is the Aeropedia of Aviation World.